Okay, I'm back, brothers and sisters, doing a continuation of part one of Sodom and Gommorrah, the Roman Empire in Babylon. Continuing where I left off is Revelation 17 and 12, where I was explaining about the 10 horns, the 10 supporters, the 10 kings, which I'm going to reread it to kind of refresh your memories. And I noticed that when I post a new video that it'll be like the main, screen at the top of my channel. So for those who just tuning in, I request that you watch part one first in order to understand part two. But of course, your preference, however you choose to watch them. But Revelation 17 and 12, starting where I left off. So the 10 horns you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received the kingdom. These 10 leaders, right? They have not yet received the kingdom, meaning they not yet have resided as, in the cabinet. See, these 10 supporters of Obama are his 10 cabinet picks. So I left that out in part one. In the cabinet, those who are in the cabinet, the president's cabinet, are like the 10 kings or the 10 supporters that Obama, the cabinet picks. It say, but for 1 hour will receive authority as kings along with the beast. They have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. Now, continue where I left off on that. Like I said, Obama invited 10 backstage supporters. And like I said, if you backstage, this is a very high privilege. That is a very high privilege. And these backstage supporters, of course, alongside with Obama. So like I said, if you at a concert and you backstage with the artist of that concert, you will feel highly special. You will feel royal. Like, I'm not at the very front of the concert. I'm not at the very back. But I am backstage with the artist, seeing them up close, face to face, hanging out with them. Backstage passes. And these 10 kings, these 10 supporters that Obama had backstage, like kings, with him for 1 hour. It say for 1 hour. And Obama spoke for 1 hour at Vesco Field, or close to an hour at Vesco Field. I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, man, this is like a long speech, almost 1 hour. And then it says 13, they have one purpose and will give their power. They will give their power and authority to the beast. It say that's the only role that they play in that 1 hour. The only role these 10 leaders play in that 1 hour is to give their power and authority over to the beast. Doesn't that sound like an endorsement? Doesn't that sound just like an endorsement? During this 1 hour window, the only role that they play is to give their power and authority to the beast. 10 kings, and Obama had 10 supporters. 10 leaders who have not yet received a kingdom. So to join in the courtship of Obama's presidential term, those 10 supporters will have to be his cabinet members. His cabinet members. And his cabinet members will feel like kings alongside him. Just like the Bush administration. Now a lot of people say, hey, I had somebody leave me a personal text in my I can't quite know the thing called. I would say my YouTube invoice, I guess. At the top right hand of the screen you see the letter and let you know how many people you got. I forgot what it's called, I can't think of it at the time. But somebody sent me a response saying, oh, okay, if that's the case, Reagan was the Antichrist. Bush, yeah, Bush, we'll leave Reagan in the past, we'll go with the modern right now. Bush, has done a lot of silly things. He has done a lot of corrupt things. I know he's been called the devil by the Koreans. So I'm not, saying that Bush is an angel. Just floating along, spreading out miracles across the world. I'm not saying this, but when it comes to Obama, Obama fits it more than Bush. I have already zoomed in on Bush and studied Bush. The minute they said Bush the devil, I started to do the research and the calculations on how he could be the Antichrist. It don't add up, because it said the Antichrist should be highly admired. It said the Antichrist should have many followers. People shall look up to the Antichrist, worshiping and nearly praising and nearly worshiping the Antichrist. And that's how they do Obama. So to say Bush is an Antichrist, nah, cause nobody really likes Bush. To say Reagan was, Reagan had a lot of supporters, but Reagan wasn't popular by the whole world, the whole wide world. So, was it Reagan? No. And also, to bring up, I just thought I'd share it, but as a constant reminder here in Revelation 17 and 17, for those who say, well, vote for McCain is lose-lose. Obama is a judgment against this country, probably against this earth, but he is a judgment mainly against this country. The judgment of America is Obama. If you switch over to McCain, it shall get destroyed. So God has set up an inevitable punishment against this country that no man, woman, or child can do anything about, regardless of race, creed, or color. Where you going or where you came from, this country shall be destroyed. Revelation 17 and 17. As a reminder, as I keep repeating, for God has put it into their hearts to accomplish his purpose by agreeing to give the beast their power to rule, and to God's words are fulfilled. For God has put it into the hearts of the voters of Barack Obama to accomplish his purpose, to accomplish his will, as far as him setting up for the Antichrist to rule, by agreeing for them to give their power to the beast. By him agreeing, meaning he is helping to campaign for Obama. He is helping it. So he put it into the hearts and minds of the voters to vote for Obama, so Obama can get where God wants him to go. This is all set up by God, people. God is behind Obama. You may say, why is that? Well, as I have read several times with the Israelites, where God as a punishment has told them, you shall be delivered into the hand of thine enemy. I shall hand you over to your enemy. And that is normally how God punished his people. He always handed them over to the enemies that he has been protecting them from. And so those who God has been protecting us from, which is the Muslims that constantly chant death to America, he shall hand this country over to them. He shall hand the seeds of Isaac over to the seeds of Ishmael. Now, let me bring something else up. One last thing. As far as I don't have my book with me now, but hey, now that I got things going, I share a lot of good information. I don't want to reset and start over. So, as I read in this book, studying about the Muslims and as far as their religion and how their faith came about. Of course, it started with Ishmael, excelled through the Prophet Muhammad, and then went even further, is divided into two, Sunnis and Shiites. And the Sunnis believe that the continuation of the reign of Muhammad should be through the bloodline, through his family. And the Shiites, or if I said it right, believe that the continuation of the reign of Muhammad should be through an assistant of Muhammad, like somebody by his side. So that's what the big clash about over there. But the Muslims are awaiting a Messiah. They believe that the Prophet Muhammad shall resurrect and return as this one world ruler. And already Farrakhan has called Obama the Messiah. And Islam, the Nation of Islam, look at Obama as Messiah. So my time is up once again, and peace be unto you in Christ.